Week 17 and the best ball championships will continue on here in just about an hour. But before, we're going to use our pregame to draft some playoff best ball teams. And there's nothing we can do about our best ball teams or our teams in the fantasy championships. The lineups are set. The teams are ready to roll. Hopefully you don't have Chuba Hubbard, RIP. So let's draft some playoff best ball teams. Underdog, DraftKings, Drafters. Let's do it.
1. Liftoff.
You can tell it's a Saturday morning. I have my workout drink over here and went to shake it up while the intro was playing there. The intro video there was playing, and I did not have the lid on all the way. So my show has started about like other people's days have started with the Chuba Hubbard news. Let's just go ahead and knock that out. It's not relevant to playoff best ball, but we'll just hop in some drafts and have a little fun here in just a second. If you are lucky enough to have made the Week 17 best ball championships or your season-long championships, it's very possible that Chuba Hubbard was a big part of that, particularly last week with the huge game and just an awesome season. I posted about it on Blue Sky that he finishes the season. So this is kind of crazy, both for him and for Chase Brown, quite frankly, is that Chase Brown and Chuba Hubbard are tied for the RB13 on the season in points per game, which kind of does them a disservice to how good they've been, especially for best ball, but just for fantasy football in general. The last few months, they have been two of, if not the two best picks in all of fantasy, right? Price included. Saquon, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase, these guys have been the best raw picks. But if we account for cost, right, you're getting every single week. If you look at projections, we've done some of those projection shows. I know we didn't do one this week for week 17. If you've looked at any of the projections in the last 2 weeks, when we run down, like exposure or ownership in each round, advance rates and such, compared to projections, Chuba and Chase Brown project as like top 5, for sure top 10. Sometimes Chase Brown was projecting as the RB1 on the whole week over Saquon, over Derrick Henry, right? Chuba was projecting as a top 5. Chuba was the chalkiest running back in all of DFS at like 6,500 on DraftKings, and he was a 13th round pick. These guys were just smashes, and brutal break for anybody that was relying upon Chuba this week. Obviously got a great run out with Jonathan Brooks going down and Bryce Young turning it around and playing competent football. So just a brutal beat, right? It's like the Amari Cooper thing of last year. You get a huge game in week 16 and then they don't play in week 17. They're really highly owned in the finals. On the flip side, it's as brutal of a beat as it is for the Chuba drafters. It is pretty incredible run out for the non-Chuba folks who made the finals. I believe I saw he was Bullock posted he is 39% owned in the Best Ball Mania finals. I'm in the DraftKings 555 finals, trying to hold on without David Njoku and a lot of injuries, but he's like 30% in there. Call him 30 to 40% in all of these finals, right? I think Tom Strachan posted he's like same thing, like 40% or something in the DraftKings Millie, second highest owned player or something like that. He's crazy popular. So if you're able to get there without him, you're in good shape. The one thing I guess I would say is, and we've talked about this quite a bit over the last 24, 48 hours in the Spike Week Discord, which of course, as always, there's a link in the description. It is free for all the best ball sickos. We're enjoying the last week, the last couple days, last 3 days of the best ball regular season. And we're already in playoff best ball mode, but we'll definitely be in playoff best ball mode in the Discord that you can join. Come hang out with all the sickos. We're drafting around the clock, and we're about to draft here. Draft some playoff best ball teams. If you don't have Chuba, the odds are actually that your like running back room, like you still might have some life. It's clearly good for non-Chuba teams. Anytime the 40% owned player isn't playing, that's good, right? That's not bad. But the interesting thing about the finals this season is that all the good running I don't want to say, and I shouldn't say it that way. All the early running backs that have turned out to be good picks, right? First, second, third round picks, are all stayed healthy. Saquon stayed healthy. Derrick Henry stayed healthy, right? I guess Joe Mixon kind of turned into a bad pick. Achane, Robin here has Achane. Achane stayed healthy. Kyron stayed healthy. Bijan stayed healthy. Josh Jacobs stayed healthy. So we had everybody that was able to get home, was able to get to the final with one or multiple of the early round running backs. Well, they still have them, right, for week 17. And then there were also, it was kind of like running back was a dealer's choice, right? We all got to choose our own adventure. We got to choose our own game at running back. You're a Hold'em guy, or a stud guy, or, Raz guy, whatever you are, you got to choose your adventure at running back. But if you made the final, you probably found, you did pass go. You did collect your funds, right? Your 37.50 for BBM or whatever. Because you could find Chase Brown, you could find James Conner, you could find Chuba Hubbard, you could find Bucky Irving, you could find James Cook a little bit, in the middle rounds. You could find, now Alvin Kamara is out, but you could find Alvin Kamara. You could find, yeah, I know it was I was trying to think of the silliest games. Jay Jones says nobody's playing Raz these days. I don't, other than like using it in like a, somebody's razzing somebody. I don't think I've said the phrase razz since I was like 20, 21 or whatever. Like, and I didn't play razz, but like, we joke a little, we like to joke about all of our stupid like DFS and poker analogies. And Rob, frequent co-host of mine here, and we did the show yesterday. He's a big poker guy, much better poker player, and much more knowledgeable about poker than I am. But I played like a ton back in the day, but like home games. And I did play a bunch online. But like I wasn't that good. Like I was good enough to like, as a 19-year-old or whatever, like grind out some profit, but I wasn't all that good. But I was solid high school through early college in different home games. So I had a buddy that we went around a lot to rounder style, to all the local games that we could get to, because I was all right in that, and we made some money, but I never had any real poker success or anything like these other guys. But anyway, it was just funny to Raz was the worst, literally 100%. So the running back, anyway, back to the running back thing. It's kind of like as you start to look, if you're in any of the finals and like you go look through, or you just go look through the BBM finals, most teams, even the Chuba teams, you look and they're like, they can still survive at running back, right? They have Saquon and James Conner. They have Bijan and Josh Jacobs, and they have Chuba. So the teams at running back, everybody looks like solid. Almost every team has 3 to 4 good running backs and more. Like everybody has 2 pretty much, and most teams have 3 to 4 solid running backs. Now, are they going to have the running backs you want to have? Who the hell knows? But they have running backs that you're like, okay, they could get there. Even a lot of them, like I said, without Chuba. Certainly there are some that were relying upon Chuba, but most of the teams are pretty strong at running back. The issue for most teams, some have quarterback issues. Jalen Hurts, of course, but the Trevor Lawrences of the world, the Daniel Jones of the world, etc. Quarterback is like mediocre. Tight end, we'll see. Cade Otton, so Komet doesn't do anything. really nobody did anything in that game. But Andrews catches a touchdown, likely catches a touchdown. But like right now, if you're sitting on Travis Kelce, you're feeling really good. If you're sitting on, Laporta, Kittle, Bowers, you're feeling pretty good. But it's possible tight end is not a huge deal, although Travis Kelce does have in the bank, right? A 19-point game on Underdog and 22-point game on DraftKings, and Bowers does look good, etc. You could probably survive at quarterback and tight end, and running back does look strong enough. But wide receiver, go look through everybody's wide receiver teams. Even the teams that are like good at wide receiver, it's like, okay, you got five guys with some upside, and maybe you had JSN was one of them, Keenan was one of them, DJ Moore was one of them. Whatever, it's rough. It is rough in the wide receiver street. So I ultimately think that's what's going to decide these best ball finals. I think, of course, which of the running backs, right? Is it Bijan? Is it Saquon? Is it JT? Is it Derrick Henry? Is it Kyron? Is it whatever? Or is it all of them? Does Connor get there? Right, Connor's an important one. Does Chase Brown get there? Do those? Which of the running back, of course, but everybody has them. Like all of those guys are well represented in all of these finals. But the wide receivers is like, all right, does Amon-Ra do it? Or does Amon-Ra just have kind of a typical Amon-Ra game and Chase does it today? Or JJ does it tomorrow? Or whatever. That's the wide receivers, I think, are going to be the real separator, not necessarily the highest raw scores or whatever. The running backs look pretty good, but the highest raw scores, I think. Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and share, and we can start doing some drafting. It's enough. It's enough about the finals. Nobody wants to. We're here to draft some playoff best ball teams. Let's do. When did the Big Mitten and stuff come out? Was that in the last day or so? I must have missed it. This will be the easiest to fill. Let's go ahead and do the Mitten 2. If you're watching and you would like to join, only one more person in the Mitten 2 to fill. Roheen says, I'm treating the Rams as basically a lock at 3. How are we feeling? Totally. In on the Rams. I don't know if you watch this, and not just speaking specifically to you, but anybody else watching this. I almost wanted to retire from playoff best ball, but unfortunately, I think it was in like the $3 on Drafters. It might have been the $20, but I'm not sure. I need to go back and look. The first playoff best ball draft stream we did here on the channel, this was when the Rams were like a much sketchier to make the playoffs 3 weeks ago or something like that. And with my last 3 picks, I believe I took Puka Kyron Cup, and it was on I forget, it was on Vikings, Packers, and Bills team, Josh Allen team, something like that. And you look back and you're just like, damn, I should have taken all the Rams when we had those prices back then. And we kind of were, around these parts, but still, you always have those regrets. It feels like the Rashee Rice situation where, of course, that one didn't work out. But 7th, 8th round Rashee Rice, you're just like, why didn't I draft more? Why didn't I draft him every time? Why didn't I hop in a million drafts a day? That's what it felt like with those Rams prices. But we got some good ones. But I'm still in on drafting the Rams, especially in the newer like this Mitten. It doesn't matter what the old price was. This one just opened. I would love for Vaporware, if you're listening. If you're not, cheers to you. Happy Saturday. If you're listening, please don't. Damn it. Please don't take Lamar, is what I'm going to say. So I'm going to try something here. As much as I love Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm going to take Derrick Henry and do a little something I've been trying to do. I forgot to put the link in the description. As soon as I get done here, I'll put the link in the description too. We have free, 100% free playoff best ball rankings for Underdog, DraftKings, and Drafters. They're downloadable. You can access them on the site, mobile, everything. But what you'll see in those rankings is there's 2 It's funny. This is not me claiming that I did this, or this is not an Erik, victory lap or W, but you see the ADP of the quarterbacks. Originally, I know I'm back on the clock, but I know what I'm going to do. Originally, the, quarterbacks were kind of more, Lamar would go 5 or 6 or something. Jalen Hurts wasn't the 102. But they should have been those top. I'm going to take, I know, as much as I love JJ, I'm going to take James Cook. And what my plan is to build around either Minnesota or Green Bay. And like I said, with the rankings, you'll see we 1, 2, 3, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson are the top 3 picks. That is now kind of how it is with ADP, but that wasn't beforehand. And the two big gaps, I think, are the Green Bay Packers. Prices make no sense. Absolutely no sense. I understand that people are concerned about like who to pick amongst the Packers. Like that, it definitely feels where is the sorry. Anyway, I know it feels uncomfortable, right? Is it Jaden Reed? Is it Christian Watson? Is it Romeo Doubs? Is it Tucker Kraft? Outside of Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love doesn't feel awesome. But the Packers are a really, really good team. And with the Lions injuries, I don't think the Eagles are some insurmountable, monster superstar team. With some of these issues in the NFC, the Packers and then subsequently the Vikings are 2 teams that have incredible chances at the Super Bowl and are really, really cheap. So I've been doing a lot of building around that. I think I'm going to do, so we'll do Kelsey, and then I'll probably have to turn this into the Packers. So I'm going to give myself 3 AFC teams. I'll give myself outs to Green Bay. Oh, it technically could be Minnesota, but I think it's going to have to be Green Bay. We'll see if this comes to fruition, but this is how I've been mixing and matching tons of these sorts of structures with Green Bay or Minnesota. And yeah, I like this. Roheen says mixing in some Vikings 1 seed stuff too, definitely. But building around some different stuff. I'm trying to think if I should do Addison and do the Darnold side. I think I'm going to do the Green Bay. I'm going to do the Green Bay side. I just got to decide here. Who do I take? Andrews and polish up the Ravens now? Probably, yeah. We're going to do that. Just take Andrews, be done with the Ravens. But I've been doing, you don't have to do it exactly like this, right? You can do more Ravens or more Bills or different teams, whatever. There's a bunch of different unique ways to put these together. But I've been trying to do if I think that the Packers are inefficiently priced and the Vikings are inefficiently priced amongst the NFC teams, how do I capitalize on that? It's getting a bunch of these teams with different combinations of the AFC side with them. Because if that does come true, they are underpriced. They are, end up making it to the Super Bowl, Green Bay or Minnesota, like just a home run. Then now you can do the flip side of that too, right? Take Josh Allen, take Lamar Jackson, take Patrick Mahomes, whatever, and then build around those guys coming from the NFC side. But you have the your one main stack, if you will, on the AFC side. I'm honestly just drafting right now around nothing but Packers and Vikings, essentially. Addison is falling all the way back here. Nope. I'm going to take Jaden Reed because I need to set up Jordan Love. I need to decide if I'm taking Jordan Love here or if let me see. Everybody's got a quarterback. The question is, oh no. This is the pain and misery of playoff best ball. All right. Okay. It's going to be okay. So now the question, I guess, is do I let the JJ or Addison team? Okay. Vaporware has Lamar. Who has JJ? JJ team is Hurts. Okay. I could probably wait on Darnold. And I'm going to pivot to Bateman here because I now am not going to have much of a stack on the. So why did you do Bateman? Why didn't you do one of the Bills or just take Darnold there? Well, I'm screwed at quarterback anyway. When you just got cooked by I guess he has Mahomes, so he's building around. Use Jordan Love for the bye, but whatever. Don't love that, but nonetheless, I'm cooked at quarterback anyway. Let's push Darnold, right? Theoretically, he should come back to me anyway. No one should. None of these teams should be prioritizing Sam Darnold. But if we don't get him, we don't get him, right? And we just move on down the list. Jaden Daniels, come on down. Commander Super Bowl is what we'll build for. But I'm not going. If I'm going to build around Minnesota, it's going to have to be with Hawkinson, right? Maybe Jalen Naylor. My Viking side is going to be so bad. I actually need 3 of the stronger Ravens guys to get home. So we always got to adjust. It's much more fun when you're on the show, when you're streaming this and it comes together. Everybody stays in their lane. Nobody takes away your stacks. It makes for better content. It also makes you feel better when you get to leave and go watch Drake May and Lab McConkey and Austin Hooper and Antonio Gibson. Playing Drake May in DFS today, by the way. Get ready for the down game. Let's see. Who Hames? Early on drafters, I landed a couple Josh Allen Mahomes teams when Patrick was falling to the third. Feels good. Yeah, the problem is that feels good, but there goes Hawk. Son of a. Okay, so now the question is, without Hawkinson, McLaurin's gone too. I just have to do Darnold or get ready to learn Jalen Naylor. Hold on. He's not taking a quarterback. So I can get Keon. Just take him. Just take him. Just take him. This team fucking sucks. This team is terrible. Holy cow. Nothing quite like Darnold, Jalen Naylor stacks. Okay, so now let me think about this. What I would like to do is, so I need to do either, God, this is painful. I need to do either 2 Chiefs or 2 Bills. I should have taken Keon. So that I can at least have a live Super Bowl, right? If I just have Darnold, okay, we're going to do Keon. If I just have Darnold and Naylor, I clearly have, it definitely needed to be Buffalo. I could do P. Ryan or something, but so this will give me Vikings, Ravens, Vikings, Bills with Darnold to Jalen Naylor on the Minnesota side, Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, and Rashad Bateman, and then James Cook, Keon Coleman, and another Bill here. So those will be my last 2 picks. Some kind of Buffalo Bill. And what a waste of Travis Kelce. What a waste of Jaden Reed. But nonetheless. Now, this is a spot that I have gotten in quite a bit where I definitely don't need a running back. And I think I probably have to take Mac here. Even though I think Ty Johnson probably projects and scores more points. I have Derrick Henry and I have James Cook. I'm just hurting at wide receiver a little bit. But I'm gonna do Mac. I prefer Ty Johnson though. You can also see that in the you can do Munt, you can do Josh Oliver, I've done Cam Akers. It's just the team's pretty cooked. It just is what it is, right? It sucks. It is what it is. Roheen says Mahomes should be like the 101 or 102. Am I crazy? You are crazy. This has been a fun. There's a couple people in the Discord. I'm gonna screw up, forget your names, Peter and somebody else, Chris. Sorry, but have been trolling me as they should. It's funny because I'm low on Mahomes in playoff baseball. I think I need to move him up a tick in the rankings, but I'm low. I'm playing the Chiefs through the not Mahomes, basically. So here's my quick spiel on Mahomes. So even though the Chiefs, right, people are gonna laugh. Oh, you faded the Chiefs. First of all, I'm not fading the Chiefs, but you didn't believe in the Chiefs. They're gonna make the Super Bowl again, right? That's what they do. It's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. And like all that narrative is technically true because it has been true for the last couple of years. But every narrative like that is true until it isn't. Right? MJ didn't win every championship ever. He won 6. It was really goddamn impressive. But every dynasty ends. Every Tom Brady was unstoppable. That Tom Brady Randy Moss team was unstoppable until it wasn't, and they lost to the New York Giants. Like the Ravens and the Bills are really, really good, and they don't have the bye. That's where this really comes in. Is the Chiefs have the bye. They don't really score very many fantasy points. I know it's been a little bit better the last 2 weeks, mainly for Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce, okay this week. But that's why I'm just drafting those guys. Even in his air quotes big game this past week for Patrick Mahomes, we're not even talking 30 fantasy points. Like Josh Allen and Lamar just do that in their sleep in competitive games. And so Patrick Mahomes is just not a superstar fantasy quarterback, and he has the bye. So if I'm going to play for the Chiefs to make the Super Bowl, I just want to lean into, I don't want to pay the premium for Patrick Mahomes when they have to face somebody on the NFC, right? There has to be an NFC team in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. That's how it works. So give me the NFC quarterback and then give me Kelce, Worthy, Hollywood, Nuke, whatever. That's kind of how I'm. Huhaim says, yeah, Sam Darnold is Patrick Mahomes is not even on Sam Darnold's level of fantasy quarterback this year. Now, again, you can tell me he's coming back, right? He's getting better. The last couple of weeks have been better. I won't argue that, but the last couple of weeks have been better. They haven't been elite quarterback production. It's very replaceable level quarterback. Like you're not if the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, you are like, and which it doesn't matter what NFC team makes. I guess if the Rams made it, you would rather have Mahomes, but you would never feel bad having the NFC quarterback in any of the Chiefs Super Bowl matchups. And so I don't want to pay the second round price or whatever for now 1-2 turn price for Patrick Mahomes. I want the quarterback to be like the guy you need. Like if Josh Allen makes the Super Bowl, you need Josh Allen. like not necessarily like Goff could match, right? But you want Josh Allen, you want Lamar, you want Jalen Hurts because those guys can do things fantasy wise that none of these other guys can do. If I can't have them, I don't want to pay the premium for the non-elite fantasy quarterbacks. Give me Love. It's basically just Love and Darnold for me, to be honest. But if you wanted to talk about Stafford, I guess I would draft multi quarterbacks probably on a Stafford team because he just can't do it fantasy wise also, but at least he's cheap. Jaden Daniels is cheap, what have you. Anyway, that's my spiel on Mahomes. I'm still drafting Chiefs. I'm just not drafting Mahomes. I'm drafting Worthy, Kelce, etc. Let's do what should we do? DraftKings? Let's do DraftKings. All right. NFL. Playoff best ball. We're going to hop in the $20. Oh, I got crowns. Yeah, let's use the crowns. 5 of 6. One more for the DraftKings $20 $2 million playoff special. $500,000 to first place. I got to get going on this one, by the way. I think I've only got like 15 in or something. We got to pick up the pace. God damn it. Wide ad in here. So we're screwed. We got the sharps. We got the sharps in the draft. At least I'm on the opposite side of the board. Picking sixth, brutal. Yeah, this Mossy, and shout out Mossy. Says DK is the toughest for me because only 1 of 6 advanced feels rough. It is rough. I actually think the strategy for DraftKings is nuts. What I do love about this playoff best ball season, why I like kind of bouncing from Underdog and doing all 3 sites when we do these draft shows, is just that even though DraftKings and Underdog are both the playoff formats, right? Advance, Super Bowl. They're really different. Like, they're really different. First of all, of course, DraftKings has tight ends, and of course, DraftKings has DraftKings scoring. So it's 2 more rounds, and you have to play a tight end, and it's PPR with bonuses. And to your point, 1 out of 6 advance in the first round is tough. If you have like any bye week guys, you're already at a huge disadvantage. Right? Like, let's just say, use the Mahomes one. You take Mahomes because then not only are you taking Mahomes, so you need another quarterback, and you need that quarterback to compete for the highest quarterback score of the week. Didn't have to necessarily have it, but right. All right, I'm gonna take Jaden Daniels. Okay, Jaden Daniels has to come close to Josh Allen, right? Otherwise, you're going to be down by a bunch to the Josh Allen team. All right. So let's assume that happens. Josh Allen scores 30, Jaden Daniels scores 28. Cool. I'm hanging in there. Well, I also have Mahomes plus Kelsey plus Worthy. Let's just say that as an example, because I need to win the turn. I'm setting up the Chiefs making the Super Bowl. Okay. Now you got 3 guys, 3 high draft capital guys, and a tight end and a quarterback. Now you got to, okay, so we're going to do Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels and Zach Ertz are going to hang in there with Josh Allen and Mark Andrews and Jalen Hurts. And, I took Worthy. Okay, now I got to go get Terry McLaurin. Terry's got to have a big game. And, I took whoever. I took Mahomes at the 1-2 turn, so I don't have Saquon. Somebody else has Saquon. Somebody else has Derrick Henry. Like, it's tough. I think we undersell 1 out of how hard it really is on DraftKings to advance out of the first round. So I'm not trying to make it, this is like, we're going to be advance rate bros or whatever, but how we think about it over the course of the draft is like super duper important. You know what I mean? See, this quarterback shit's pissing me off. Everybody's hip to it. We're going to build another. So here's what we'll do. Instead of screwing myself into the disastrous draft that just happened on Underdog, I'm going to take Derrick Henry, and then I'm going to take Justin Jefferson and set up Sam Darnold. One thing I do think you can do is, good question. Who aims how many? So 12 roster spots total, but the starting lineup is quarterback, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, tight end, flex. So 6 starting spots, 12 total spots. So that's the thing. Think about if you do, like Mossy said, trying to build, let's just assume Detroit keeps the bye, trying to build Chiefs, Lions, Super Bowl. Well, you need 6 starters. So in round 1, your other 6 players are the 6 guys that are making your lineup. So you need another quarterback, you need another running back, and you need another tight end. Those 3 guys are counting in your lineup for sure. Now you need 2 wide receivers and a flex. Not only do they need to hit your lineup, they have to be the highest scoring possible teams. It's crazy. I know B. Kurt, our buddy Bernie, is planning to play this because how do you win this, right? It's really top heavy. 500, it's a big final with 25% of the whole prize pool going to first. Bernie is saying, well, how do I win this whole thing? If it's going to be impossible to get Chiefs-Lions teams through, I just want to get any of them. Right? Draft 50 of them and get 3 through. Like that would be incredible. That'd be absolutely incredible. Oh, yes. All right. Aaron Jones. We're definitely taking Aaron Jones. Now, and then, do I do Addison or do I do Shakir? You can see here, I have a whole lot of Shakir, 50%. And no, okay, so I have a bunch of Shakir, and I definitely have Shakir with this. So we're going to skip Addison, or we're going to skip Shakir, and we're going to do Addison or Worthy. Shit. I'm going to take Addison. Now, tight end, I got to think about tight end. Let's toss some folks in the queue here, though. We'll put Worthy in there. We'll definitely put Kincaid in there. And Hawk. The one problem I do hate is relying upon. This is why you see I had a bunch of Shakir, because I probably draft this kind of team quite frequently where I'm betting on Ravens. But if Andrews doesn't come back to you, you can do Likely, but tight end gets a little thin. I am going to make sure I put Likely in the queue. Likely and Bateman. Oh, he's gone. Oh, no. Bateman, Justice. Just start queuing up everybody here. All right, got my Ravens ready. Got to decide if I'm doing another AFC team or what I'm doing. Let's see. It's harder, but a Kansas City, Detroit Super Bowl, those are simply the teams you'll want to thread the needle with. 100%. 100%. Yeah. And to be clear, as Vaporware says, for some reason, I have no idea. I don't try to get inside the minds of any of these sites, certainly not DraftKings. The $52 middle linebacker tournament is 2 out of 6 in the first round. So, but you want to pop up to the high stakes, the Wildcat, the 333 is back down to 1 of 6. So who knows, man. Bills drafted with Ravens. Yeah. I don't think it's bad. We'll get into it in a second. We just got to make a couple picks here. We got to keep taking. I got to fill out the lineup. All right, we're clearly good on this. Yeah, great question, Mossy. I am currently drafting Minnesota so I am not going to take another quarterback. I'm only going to take Sam Darnold and deal with it. I'm willing to give away that. I want to capitalize on how good these Vikings teams can be. If they don't get the bye, obviously, if they do get the bye, I'm cooked, and I'm donating like crazy. Weird comment. But Drap says Bills drafted with Ravens is bad, and Roheen doesn't like. What I would say is they're pretty likely to play in the second round now, but I understand that that's like a small negative, but giving myself outs to a bit, let's call it a guaranteed conference championship team with my NFC team, I don't think that's bad. Good Lord, man. These people are crazy. I'm trying to get a live Super Bowl team through, and I want to have the best teams on those teams. I'm gonna have a bunch of like Vikings with Bills and Ravens. Now, I am stepping back a little bit on exactly how much I take them, but the difference in one round of not having 2 guys, let's just call it 2 Ravens players are not on my team in the semifinals of this tournament. I think I'll survive, right? Because the big bet is on the Vikings, and then if you get one of your AFC teams through, cool. Okay. We're actually kind of flexible here. Maybe I'll do Chiefs with Hunt. Pacheco got banged up again. Ooh, Hunt likely. I like this. I got Noah Gray in my back pocket. Oh, Justice. I'm going to do Hunt likely. I got Justice Hill. I'm going to put Noah Gray in my back pocket and give me outs to the Chiefs here. Where is Noah Gray? What the? Is he gone? Okay. I was about to say that would be ridiculous. Yeah, I do like again, that's a who Haim says Lad feels good for the 1-6 advance. The difference is crazy. Like I like Lad on draft. I will draft 0 Lad on Underdog. 0. They have no chance. They barely have a chance to hang in the first round of the playoffs. But on DraftKings, buddy, get me 25 from Lad. Move me on to the next round. Maybe I got Lions, Chiefs, or maybe the Vikings get the bye. Hell yeah, dude. That's huge. That's huge. Let's see here. Yeah, this team's coming together kind of nice. This is my reward from the best ball gods for that god awful donation that I made in the first game. I agree. He says I have a lot of Terry and Jaden on bye teams. Yeah, Jaden Terry stacks feel just so clean. I got B-Rob too for that. I did not that B-Rob is quite the same, doesn't have quite that level of upside, but in terms of like, can he be my running back or can he be my flex for the first round? Yeah, he definitely can. I like Washington a lot for that purpose. I like you said, I like Ladd. Evans is becoming a little bit sketchier, of course. Let's see here. All right, we're just gonna there is Ladd here, but I don't let me see my wide receivers. I guess I am maybe I will take Ladd because I am entirely dependent upon he fits the team because I'm loaded at with all the Vikings. I have all the Vikings, but I kind of needed one more wide receiver like Spike, right? So I'm going to take Joseph Hill. Okay, so Noah Gray gives me that other Chief. I could take another Charger like Dobbins if I really wanted to. Otherwise, we're set for Minnesota and Baltimore, and or really Minnesota and anybody. But ideally, I would like to have not my entire starting lineup be be Vikings. But this is fun. I like this team. Yeah. Crazy how late he goes. This is fair, Anton. This is totally fair. You're absolutely right. I'm being harsh. Houston is even worse, no doubt. Commanders probably going to be favorites round 1. I believe they're a solid bet for 2 games. Yeah, I'm saying with all of these, I should choose my words more wisely. All I'm saying with these, so here's how I should break it down. In the AFC, I have 3 teams that I care about in terms of making the Super Bowl: Buffalo, Kansas City, and Baltimore. I have no interest in the other teams in terms of building for them to make the Super Bowl. Sometimes we've all been probably backed into Russell Wilson Steelers stacks because you take some NFC guys early, all the AFC quarterbacks are gone by the end of, by early round 2, and you're screwed, right? You're screwed. So, but that's my take on the AFC. On the NFC, however, I'm Jalen Hurts is my 102. So call him 102, 103, whatever. Eagles, Lions, Packers, Vikings, all can make it. And I will draft the Rams as if they can get there. I won't draft the Commanders as if they make the Super Bowl, but I'm not opposed to them winning a game. I'm not opposed to them making a run, right? But that's just kind of how I'm thinking about it. Okay, I know I'm taking Noah Gray. I really should have, maybe looked ahead a little bit more to see who was available. QJ. I could do QJ. He actually probably makes sense. Okay, so I have 2 Chiefs. I think I'm supposed to take QJ on this team. Oh my god. First QJ playoff best ball share. I don't even think he's in the rankings. It tells you about rankings for playoff best ball. But yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to take QJ. So it gives me as you see here, a wonderful feature of the Draft Hacker I love. On the right-hand side here, you see a breakdown of all the players you have on each team, so you don't have to look too closely. Obviously, we got all the Vikings. Darnold, Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson. But then we filled out 3 more AFC teams. Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, and Isaiah Likely. Kareem Hunt and Noah Gray from Kansas City. Of course, with the bye. But I think with Derrick Henry and Ladd McConkey, and to a lesser extent, Justice, Isaiah Likely, and QJ, plus the Vikings, we can advance one. Now, I need Derrick Henry and I need the Vikings to have good games, but we can advance out of 1-6 even with the 2 Chiefs. But look at how thin it even is with just 2 Chiefs, dude, and not even good Chiefs. It's fucking Kareem Hunt and Noah Gray. I have Kareem Hunt and Noah Gray in like the 8th round or what, 8th and 11th round. And you look and you're like, okay, well, Darnold has to have a good game, and Derrick Henry has to have a good game, and Justin Jefferson has to have a good game, and like, shoot, TJ Hawkinson has to have a good game. Otherwise, this team's dead on arrival, right? So already, just with those 2 Chiefs, you're really kind of drawing thin in round 1. So think about how difficult it's going to be to get the double bye teams. Any favorite last round or 2 one-offs to help advance on DraftKings? Dries up fast unless you're taking chances on Falcons. So that's kind of what I was going to say is I still prefer the Bucks to the Falcons, but the market is all on that, right? If I'm going to I have a couple of Bijan teams, and I'm willing to, right, last round, need the advance rate piece, pray to God that the Falcons make the playoffs, because Bijan is an awesome advance rate piece to have in the last round. That's where I will lean into. I know Jamar Chase doesn't go there, but actually, like, Jamar Chase didn't get drafted in this DK draft we just did. Roheen says, I'm not touching the NFC South right now. I think the problem is, I'm just speaking to the hypothetical like that Mossy asked, where it's like last round, maybe I'm doing double bye, or I'm real thin. I got a bunch of buys on my team. I need this team's drawing, right? This team is going to use Keon Coleman is a guarantee to be in the flex, right? Like, you're probably going to get 2 points from Keon Coleman in flex. You're in trouble. I need a home run swing. So if I miss, so what? The opportunity cost was nothing, right? What's the opportunity cost? Johnny Wilson, the Mac Hollins is your opportunity cost. It's like, take a swing. Again, this is DraftKings specific. This is completely DraftKings specific. I'm into this. Yeah, Ladd Dobbins, but obviously I took Ladd a little bit earlier. Ben says Chargers are projected to win round 1. I don't see why Ladd shouldn't be drafted. Yeah, for sure. Projected to play Pittsburgh, he says, and have good odds. Yeah, I have no issue with it. So how I'm approaching it, and this is just me. This is not this is not right. This is not wrong. It's probably wrong if it's me. I'm not taking those guys in the AFC. I'm just not doing it, because I can get good pieces in the NFC. So, like, I think the Packers can make the Super Bowl. The Chargers have whatever is close to, I know that's technically never zero. Whatever is close enough to zero is what the Chargers have percentage chance to make the Super Bowl. The Packers, we could sit here and really squint and say, are they the best team in the NFC? We'll find out tomorrow. Are they the best team in the NFC? Like, we could really have that conversation. The Chargers are like, well, they're in because everybody else sucks. Like it's just that. Yeah, he says, I agree. The cheap NFC players just feel much better. That's the issue. But I shouldn't, Vlad is a good I mean, I just took him on DraftKings. It's just in 2 out of 6. I only got to beat 4 teams. He's not undraftable for sure. He's definitely not undraftable, but he's also not like, it's on DraftKings that round 1 game plus, like you said, the potential to win in round 1 is really valuable. On Underdog, it's like so. Yeah, Nolan says if the Pack smack around the Vikings, Jacobs could vault up. Yeah, I think Jacobs is too cheap right now. Like, look, Jordan Love can be a very frustrating watch. It's a roller coaster of Jordan Love, but I don't know, man. I looking at the Packers ADPs, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I've drafted Vikings teams here on this, and I do like the Vikings a lot as well, mainly because like they're right. JJ is just the Packers don't have a Justin Jefferson fantasy wise on their team. Darnold's just a tick better than Jordan Love, but like, dude, the Tucker, especially on DraftKings and Drafters, which we'll hop in Drafters right now. Let's go on over to Drafters. I would love to fill the $20 if at all possible. Hold on. 0 out of 6. All right, let's see what the $3 is. 0 out of 6. If anyone would like to join me in the $3, I think I have a free ticket. Okay. We need 5 more in the Drafters. $3. Yeah, this is exactly what I was going to say. It's like the Tucker Craft price, especially on DraftKings and Drafters, where you have to play a tight end, is egregious. What are we doing? They are an awesome team that can go to the Super Bowl. They do not have to buy. You have to play a tight end. Tucker Craft is one of the best fantasy tight ends in all of football, top 10, and he's free. It makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Like, even as like an advance rate piece, like you want an advance rate piece, how about a free top 10 tight end in when there's 32 teams? Not just the playoffs. Crazy. Dobbs is free. Wicks is free. Christian Watson, with the injury, yesterday I was drafted on Underdog last night. Christian Watson is like freely available in the last round sometimes. Certainly second to last on Underdog. Just crazy stuff. All right, we're at 4 out of 6. So just 2 more. If you're listening and would like to join us in this Drafters $3 NFL Playoff Best Ball warm-up, it is $5,000 to first place, which is pretty fun for a $3 investment. And if you have not signed up for Drafters, fun little ad read, because everybody loves the ads, just use promo code SPIKE. 100% deposit bonus for first-time players. So deposit $100. Drafters gives you $100 for free if you use promo code SPIKE on Drafters. Let's see here. So easy to take Packers wide receivers late and Kraft. Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, because I don't think it's going to last. I think other smart people like you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, and it's not going to last. So I'm trying to get in while the getting's good, if you will. Hopefully this baby will fill, and then we'll be right into the very beginning of the Patriots game. Somebody said in chat that hold on, that Al, shout out Al. Okay, perfect. We're full in this draft. Let's see who is in here. Who Hames, of course. Ralph, Vaporware. Again, we're in the sharp room. But Ramondre benched. Yeah, I'm playing Antonio Gibson on DraftKings today. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Antonio Gibson and a Patriots stack today in DFS. No big deal. Let's see here. See? Look at that. This is why there was a fun conversation. It genuinely was fun. Conversation again in the Discord, free link in the description this morning about if you want to know about how sick we all are in the Spike Week Discord, we are talking about three tight end builds versus 2 tight end builds on what is today? December 28th. Before on a Saturday morning in late December, we're talking about 2 tight end, but we were having a conversation about 2 tight end versus 3 tight end builds in best ball on DraftKings specifically. And one thing that is like, in a feather in the cap, if you will, of drafting fewer of the onesie positions, fewer a tight end and quarterback, is just the ability to, the more running backs I have, the more I can luck box this. Is Antonio Gibson going to score 30 today? Probably not. No, probably not. But how do I luck box, right? Obviously, no one has Raheem Blackshear without Chuba Hubbard. But like, how do I luck box that? How do I luck box the next guy up who hasn't smashed lately, so he's low owned at the really impactful positions, specifically running back? Like, how do I have a low owned Antonio Gibson on my team? It's like, well, stop drafting Hunter Henry and Tyler Conklin and Noah Fant when you have George Kittle and Brock Bowers on the team. Like, just spend some more roster spots on the running back position. Antonio Gibson is a good example about it. Yeah, example of that. If Gibson gets 18, I feel great about it, 100%, as you should. I can't believe I'm picking 4th again, and I'm going to get no... Oh, Goff. Holy smokes. All right, we'll take Hurts. Nice, an Eagles team. I did not expect to have an Eagles team. Oh, shoot. I missed a couple of the contests on old DraftKings.com. All right, let's see here. Ooh, everybody does Hurts AJ Brown, but I just feel like you... Do I do Derrick Henry? I have 67%. You see here on the draft deck. I know it's hard for you guys. I'm gonna try Derrick Henry and see if Devonta Smith comes back to me. I just want to try it. Let me zoom. Sorry, I should have zoomed before. You see here. I know. God damn it, doesn't show up very well on the screen for you guys. But I have 67%. You see here, 67% AJ Brown with Jalen Hurts, which I don't think is wrong. I just and the 101. See, this is why you don't push it. I pushed it. I tried to. I'm sitting here saying this is why you don't push it, but also I kind of like pushing it sometimes to see how do you ever get like a crazy, funky, unique combination of players is to try something. All right, I'm gonna take Travis Kelce. So Gainwell and Goddard on this team. Is Dallas Goddard okay, by the way? Does anyone know? Does absolutely anyone know if Dallas Goddard is okay? I don't. Okay, Baltimore, KC, Philly. So, shit. See, what I hate about this is the wide receivers suck for those teams. And Worthy just went. I don't think anybody knows. Does Goddard know if he's okay? We haven't gotten an update on him in seemingly forever. Baltimore, KC, Philly. This is so bizarre because now I'm going to take Shakir, I think. We're just going to take the falling value here. And again, I'm just going to build around my 3. And I'm going to end up probably having to take some one-off wide receivers. Yeah. I'm definitely going to have to take some crazy wide receivers to get to. I'll happily, Mossy says, I like playing, that's funny. I like playing naked. I like playing naked or a late stack with Josh Allen more than Hurts. It's so tough to stack Hurts late. Yeah, that's what I was hoping to get Devontae Smith. I was hoping to get Devontae Smith. Obviously, that. But I just like always take AJ Brown with them, and so I'm gonna take Goddard here now. But like, I don't like the Hurts Goddard stacks, right? And I'm gonna have to take Kenny Gainwell later. Like, it's gross. It's disgusting. But I don't need it. See, so this is the tricky part. There are just no Eagles that I give a shit about. I think Hollywood is the right answer here. Yeah. Could have been Bateman, though. It could have been Bateman. It might have been Bateman. See, I won't do what I did again. I'm just going to take AJ Brown, I think. Or take Devontae Smith and flip things around a little bit. But this team sucks. I got to find some wide receiver juice badly. And I don't know where I'm going to get it. I'm either going to take, okay, at least Bateman comes back. I would take I'll take a one off Jaden Reed. I know that that's not ideal, but I really do just need, and there goes Jaden Reed. I could do Pickens, or this does feel like one of those lad teams. I think this is probably a lad team. Maybe I'll build around that. I'm up. Okay. Lad. Maybe we'll take lad here. Except I just need, and then maybe pray for a Chargers W. Is the game started? Let me turn it on. Oh, yep. Get this done. Right. Okay. Jaden Reed, Mike Evans, Noah Gray, Jordan Love. Yeah, I'm gonna take lad. This is definitely a lad team. I can't believe I'm gonna take lad QJ teams. I might take Dobbins on this fucking team too. Let's get funky with it. Where's Gainwell? I need to stop messing around and get my queue in order. Look at this. Please. Oh, and I know I use purple. It shows up really well on my screen. I know it doesn't show up well on the streaming, so I'll highlight it. I have 25% Kenny Gainwell like in this tournament. I have 36% Kenny Gainwell overall, and this is definitely not ideal, but 100% of my Jalen Hurts teams have Kenny Gainwell. A power of the Spike Week tools is I can know that on the fly without having to think about it or, do anything. And that's something. I don't think that that's the right way to play it, but nonetheless. Okay. Yeah, I think it's Gainwell, and I need more, and one more Bill, right? This team's terrible. This team's bad. I did a bad job. It's not good. It's not good. I still need more wide receiver upside. And I'm just putting freaking QJ in the queue for that. Yikes. Maybe it's Sutton. I don't know, guys. This team is so bad. This team is so. Amen, Rob. Shit gets tricky. if I just take AJ Brown, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. But the moment you try to do something a little different and it doesn't work like this, like you are cooked. It's over. Oh my God, Lad just dropped that pass. It is absolutely over. I'm gonna take Ty Johnson. And I got the queue ready for this team's terrible. Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry, Kenny Gainwell, Ty Johnson, Khalil Shakir, Hollywood Brown, Rashad Bateman, Lab McConkey, Travis Kelce. There's no rhyme or reason to anything. Oh, Dallas Goedert. We screwed it up. Okay. I'm waving the white flag. And yeah. This team is juiceless. I guess, let me think. I'm trying to think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How could I make this into a team that makes any sense? It's probably a Bills player. Let me put, and Matt Collins just went. So, Jesus, man. Dawson Knox. Yeah. Actually, Dawson Knox makes a good deal of sense on this team. So, we skip Sutton, but so the problem is in Knox, Samuel. Yeah, exactly, Rob. I think I'm going to do Knox QJ because that gives me a full Eagles Bills. Full Eagles Bills. No, it doesn't, because I don't have a wide receiver. I even screwed it up. But I think I gotta take QJ because there's no Eagles. What am I gonna do? Johnny fucking Wilson. Hollins is gone. Curtis Samuel versus QJ. I do have Ladd already. I'm just gonna sacrifice the wide receiver spot in the Super Bowl, I think, and just do. Just take AJ Brown, you dumbass. Just take AJ Brown. Stop getting cute. Yikes. Have you flipped Warren over Najee for a playoff contest with recent usage? I don't think I flipped him yet, but I think I need to after this. Find myself looking for one of them late when I need round 1 points. I think Jalen Warren is one of the best, if not the best, round 1 fill-in running back. He's going to score points. He's going to catch passes. I do still like Najee because the recent usage for Warren has come against. I am gonna take QJ, by the way. Sutton went anyway, so it's not a big deal. I do still like Najee because the last 2 games where Warren has seemingly flipped him, I'm not sure that that's real. Warren is a much better player in the pass game. He's an awesome pass protector and fits a little bit more of the negative game script, just a little bit better than Najee does. And they played Baltimore and Kansas City. So they got whooped, right? there goes Ramondre. So much for Gibson. I'm not writing off Najee. I do think I'm going to put Jalen Warren ahead of him, but I'll be frank, I'll probably put them side by side in the rankings. I'll make sure today to add the link to the 100% free playoff best ball rankings for all of Underdog, DraftKings, and Drafters to the description of this video. But let me run down this team, and we can get out of here. I have no problem with flipping though Jalen Warren and Najee, and as Roheen says, Bijan does feel like a better pick in the 1 of 6 contest. I could have taken him here. I didn't really need running back though. But to your point, like I think it's fine to swing for the fences on drafters too. But the real perk of the Bijan types is get me out of round 1, get me out of round 1, get me out of round 1, right? Especially with any bye week players on drafters. The good game helps, but losing them hurts as well. So run the, no pun intended. This is a Jalen Hurts team. Took Jalen Hurts, screwed up the team, tried to take Derrick Henry and see if I could get, it would mainly be Devontae Smith coming back. Oh no, Drake May. Oh, he's going to go into concussion protocol, isn't he? We'll see if Drake May is concussed. Shit. That's no good. Took a bad hit. He needs to slide. He stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds and got hit in the head. Woof. That's terrible. And he fumbled. He fumbled. Brutal. Jalen Hurts, like I said, tried to see if I could get a little cute. Do Hurts set up Ravens, Eagles, and get Devontae Smith instead of AJ Brown. Naturally, he did not fall back. I'm going to try it again. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm going to try it again. Derrick Henry, Kenny Gainwell, and Ty Johnson at running back. Khalil Shakir, Hollywood Brown, Rashad Bateman. There is genuinely no chance that this wide receiver room wins this tournament. Just awful. We're not even going to read the rest. The awful team. 2 bad teams. The DraftKings team was good, though. If that is not the best synopsis, these 3 drafts of playoff best ball that there is, I can't think of one. We set out to try to accomplish something on 3 separate teams in 3 separate drafts, and we only accomplished it on 1. The other 2 teams stink. It's a volume game. The Spike Week tools, which of course there's a link in the description to get the Spike Week tools. The Draft Hacker is clutch for playoff best ball. It's how it helps guide my decisions. I can see all the correlations live on my screen, flashing in bright colors. You can choose the colors. You can customize all the percentages, the data, everything that you see on your screen. It's killer. I use it endlessly for the playoff best ball stuff. We will be back in the next show is specifically TBD. It's going to be either tomorrow or Monday, most likely Monday. But if there's like some crazy real sweat that we got going on, we'll go live tomorrow night before Sunday Night Football. We'll see. Be on the lookout. Subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified when that next show goes. And go ahead and hit that like button on your way out. And join the Discord. I'll see you guys in the next couple of days. Enjoy your playoff best ball and enjoy your Week 17 sweats. Good luck. We're rooting for you, sickos. Cheers.
Woo! Those were some spicy takes. Want to stay up to date with all of the other spicy takes we're going to have over here at Spike Week? Why don't you press that subscribe button below? You turn notifications on, we draft a team, boom, you know about it. We have another spicy take, boom, you know about it. You can be there. You can draft with us. You want to stay up to date? That's how you do it. All right, we'll catch you later next time here at Spike Week.